My name is Ernesto Borgonovo. I was born in Buenos Aires, in the neighborhood of Colegiales, very near, close to Chacarita. I started to learn tango when I was like 20 years old. Before I was playing guitar, and I had a band, and also the band was rock and roll band, but we were thinking to put many elements from tango in our music. So this, I was searching for some identity from my roots of like an Argentinian. At first I was trying to learn how to play tango, because I was more into the rock and roll music, the heavy metal, more specific, and I felt like it was not easy to mix. So I started in the Avellaneda School of Tango and Folklore. It's the only one, I think it's the only one place you can learn from very big musicians. So I went to this school, and at the same time I was looking for a place to dance, because I like to dance. I think my first lesson was in 1997 with Damian and Nancy. That lesson was so huge, because like 100 people all together in one room learning the steps, and most of the people were like 50, 60, 70 years old. So there was no so many young people. We were like a group of 5 or 6, and so we were always together, coming to practicas, to the lessons, and we took every lesson, and from one teacher to another. At that time, our teachers went with us to their teachers' lesson, their practicas, so it was like a big group, always practicing, and it was very funny. Really, when I started dancing tango, people were not talking about styles. They just teach us tango, practicing so many things, from copy some milongueros, getting steps from some milongueros or teachers like Raúl Bravo. Also my good teachers, Gabriel and Natalia, they bring us many milongueros like Lampazo, Gallego Manolo, Raúl Bravo, teachers also, Néstor Ray, and we took many elements from these milongueros and dancers of the old generation of dancers. So there was not something like styles. So if you ask me now, some people think I'm like traditional style or salon style, but I don't know about traditions. I don't want to think it's a tradition, because when you think about traditions, you stop learning, you stop going to the future, stop in the past. So when we were learning, it was not something you cannot develop by yourself. Our teacher were teaching us the steps, and let us do whatever we want to do. So we were playing with that, the same steps from the milongueros, but we were playing with these elements and making new stuff, making new steps, new combinations, putting to the step right to the left, left to the right, and al revés, backwards, many things. And I like to think that that was like a style from milongueros, but in a new way. So we were doing tango nuevo in some way of thinking. Okay, my teachers got the contact, and with the people in Japan, it was a student. Were two different contacts, one from Tokyo and one from Osaka. I like Buenos Aires, but I always dream to go to a more smaller city than Buenos Aires. So that's why I choose to go, instead of going to Tokyo, going for small cities. Now you have tango in every part of the world. So I went to Napoli. I was teaching in Napoli. And other cities, Roma, and many cities, Venezia in Italy, and now in Korea. So I'm happy to go to any places. But at first, the first time I went to Japan, was difficult because I was very young and not so much experience in nothing in life. And there was no internet, no video chat, nothing, YouTube or nothing. So I was there alone without knowing the language, without knowing the culture. So it was an adventure for me, but at the same time was difficult. One big difference when I went to Japan first time, I remember that the contact with the people was so different for me. I didn't feel like close. Very not bad, but I didn't feel the same contact. So that was the first culture shock for me. Was all the time this little difference that make a big difference at the end, because you don't feel like a big stress, because I was not feeling bad, but micro stress every day. And one more culture shock is still now I feel like I will be always a foreigner. So all the time is this thing about you like a foreigner. They ask, keep separate I think the Asian and the foreigners, or the white people, or the Western people, maybe. So it's not something bad, but I was raised in a culture, especially in my home. My family and my teachers were teaching me that we are all the same. It don't matter what color is your skin. We are all people, and good or bad, but people. You like more some or another, but we have all the same rights, and and was very. I was shocked because this kind of always trying to see the difference, and I wanted to be more the same, to adapt faster, but it seems like it's difficult in Japan, especially. Yes, I have a plan, always like dreams, more like plan, my own place. I have a milonga already. I had for 15 years, but I want to have my own place to have a milongas or lessons or whatever we want you to do in that space. Yes, you have. When you are going to dance, no matter if you are practicing, it's just a step or I don't know. Try to put all what you have, all your passion, and try to focus not just in you. Always think you have to connect with your partner. Just when you do your training, you practice alone, it's okay. But if you need more practice, you don't feel good with your partner, practice more alone, and then practice with your partner again. Many times we push our partners to be better for us because we don't feel good. But if you don't feel good, it's because your partner don't feel good too. So it's not somebody's fault. Try always to put all your better, to do your better, to have a good relation, not just in the pista, but in your lessons, with your colleagues, with your friends. Don't get mad when you cannot do a step. Just stop when you don't feel good at all. Stop for a while, relax. You have to remember steps, but you also have to forget. Because when you forget, the body tries to get something. So you have something in your body always. Muchas gracias a todos. Nos vemos en cualquier momento. Estamos bailando en cualquier milonga, en cualquier lugar. Nos estaremos cruzando. Un abrazo grande.